So if you're just tuning in for the men's League One match between Alliance and Sigma, due to the changeover in the dressing room, both teams weren't able to get in because we had the ladies' game before. So we are a little delayed. I think kickoff scheduled for about 6:15 instead of 6 p.m. So teams marching out now. We'll do the anthems, and then we'll get right to it. So sit tight.
And remove your hands for the playing of the Canadian national anthem.
Well, welcome to Scarborough, Ontario. You're looking at the field here at Centennial College in the east end of Toronto, just south of the 401 at Markham Road. I'm Chris McKee doing the play-by-play for this League One men's match this evening, featuring the hometown Alliance in their traditional orange jersey with black trim, identical to the Dutch national team squad, facing Sigma FC out of Mississauga in their traditional blue jerseys with white trim and black shorts. So starting for Sigma today, number 8, Faisal Gafur. 4, Simon Gadero, the 17-year-old. The keeper, Dino Bontis. Number 3, Jacob Gordon Cruz. Number 16, Ifi Adunuga. 7, Amir Shirazi. 12, Evan Dick. 14, Andreas Dalasio. 17, Cadell Thomas, and 18, Ali El Zaire. And, of course, number 9, Emery Welshman, the well-traveled former MLS man. I'm sure we'll talk about him plenty. For Alliance, in goal, the 34-year-old Lucas Bernstiegel. Number 2, Sean Siegel walks. 3, Toby Richardson. 6, Paul Ekwame. 7, Niran Savanathan. Number 8, Mehdi Asusi. Number 9, the brother of Niran, Achuvan Savanathan. Number 10, Dusan Kovacevic. 15, Jaden Lastly. 18, Pablo Hampelman Perez. And 21, Andrea Schifano. So the rain now coming down pretty hard here in Scarborough. It was on and off during the women's game. Started to clear away, but completely gray skies, so it doesn't look like it's going anywhere. My notes, I'm standing here. I'm out in the weather. My notes getting drenched, and so hopefully I'll have the players memorized before all my notes completely evaporate, and I've got nothing to work from. So Sigma comes in 0-2 on the season, yet to get going. It's a very young squad. Aside from, the likes of Emery Welshman, it is a lot of 18, 19-year-old players, a couple 17-year-olds even out there, whereas Alliance, a little bit more of a mature squad. They come in after a huge 3-1 win last week against Simcoe County, the defending League One champs, and also a 2-2 draw the week before against ProStars. So Alliance undefeated, 1 win, 1 draw. Simcoe yet to get off the snide, 0 points. 0-2, and we're about to get to it. So if you are out there listening on the YouTube stream, Hit me up if there's any sound issues at Mr. McKee, MRMCKEE, on Twitter or Instagram. We'll try to get it corrected when we can. So the rain's starting to pick up. It's getting a lot heavier. And we're off. Wish they'd put the lights on, but no. Long ball down the right side. Not there. Middle of the pitch. Of course, numbers change. That's Ifi Adenuga to start things off. The keeper, Dino Bontis, 19-year-old TFC Academy man, had a development contract with Forge FC. My notes are evaporating as we speak in this rain. It's going to make for an interesting second half. So ball has rolled out well past the fence. Mentioned if you're the camera angled that way, you can see Highway 401 in the background. Looks to be moving well in both directions. We had a big jam up westbound a little earlier. Now eastbound here. Again, if you're heading out this way, 401 eastbound on Markham Road, then head south. Flicked in. Sigma. That's Amir Shirazi in the middle of the pitch. Adenuga, 16. Pushed ahead up to 9. Emery Welshman. It's on the right. And a good crack on goal, but just trickles past Amir Shirazi, starts things off. The 22-year-old McMasterman just finished his third year, for the Marauders. 29 games played with 27 starts, 10 goals in his OUA career, and he's looking lively inside 2 minutes. So if you tuned in earlier, we had the women's match, Alliance and Guelph United. Guelph United escaped with a 2-1 win late. Down 1-0, Alliance scored 3 minutes in. Guelph hung in there and got the W. And so Alliance already, last week, Pablo Hempelman Perez scored 1 minute in against Simcoe. So if they can get a good start like that, things will bear well for the men in orange. Simcoe pushing it around. Adenuga, the big man in the center of the pitch. And back on defense, Niran Savanathan. That's someone on Sigma. A long-range shot. Ooh, and in the slick, why not? Lucas Burstingle had a challenge handling that. Again, the rain coming down, so it's going to be slick. Players, not really an issue. Maybe some of the balls may skate, but for the keeper, it's going to be an issue. And Andrea Schifano rolls out of bounds. Sigma. Simon Guardero. Faisal Gafour, number 8, out there for Sigma, and then poked away. Adenuga's been all over the field. The 21-year-old just finished his first year at U of T. Been a part of the TFC Academy. Played at TFC 2 last year. Alliance inside the 18-yard box and then cleared away. Corden Cruz. Alliance still on the attack. Schifano. And it's going to be a corner. Someone got a piece of it on Sigma inside 4 minutes. So Media Susi, number 8, looks like he's pushing up to take this. A Susi from Tunisia, moved to Montreal at age 1. Another U of T man. And well experienced in USL 2, playing for TFC 2. 24 games played between 2019-22. Left footer, it's long. Poked back in, bouncing around anyone, and then Dino Bontis scoops that up. Bontis, remember, 19-year-old, been a part of the U15 Canadian national team program. Father Nick was president of the Canadian Soccer Association. I saw a pretty cool highlight of Pops Nick on that Pitch Side Solutions, him still sprinting up the pitch at 50-something. Said, I don't want to give his exact age out, but it looks great out there. And Alliance, they've got more time. That one, Paul Ekwame had no one on his back and gives that away. Here comes Sigma. Ali Alzir just had his first touch, number 18. Simon Guarderi. Guardero, just 17 years old, big boy, looks about 6'3", just by 6'3", 6'4", maybe. Playing down this left side. Bontis. And there's Guardero, ball at his foot. Savannathan, two brothers out there from Brampton. Niran, 28-year-olds. 75 games played in the OUA between 2013 and 17. OUA All-Star. So for those unfamiliar, Sigma, the feeder club for Forge FC in the Canadian Premier League. And there's our first foul of the evening, excuse me. I've been here all day, so I was going afternoon in the previous game. It has turned 6:21 local time here in Scarborough. Week 3, League 1 action. Bontis, clever little backheel touch. No panic from the keeper. I like to see that. And Simcoe. Faisal Ghafour is wide open down the left side. He was screaming for it. Nobody wanted to get it to him. Amir Shirazi. And also on the far side, number 12, Evan Dick, 25-year-old from Mississauga. During the women's game in the second half, the wind was swirling quite a bit. The wind settled down, although it is getting a lot chillier as we creep towards nighttime here in Scarborough. Andreas Delasio, number 14 in the middle. Here comes Sigma. Ball in and then cleared away, and it was needed. That was Jaden Lashley, the 21-year-old from Aurora. Corner for Sigma. So I was talking about Vaughan last week doing their game when I did the Vaughan Simcoe game, of how, between Vaughan and Sigma, you could argue they've produced better talent out of their academies than Toronto FC over the past decade. So many outstanding football players out of this Sigma club, and a lot of them on display here tonight. And the well-traveled Lucas Burstingle, 34-year-old, played over in Scotland for a number of clubs: Dundee, Clyde, Kilmarnock, Montrose, and a couple more in between. Schifano. Lashley switches to Savannathan. Poked in! And Bontis cleared away. Someone on Sigma got a toe on it, and it was important because a couple orange jerseys hovering around that keeper. And our first sign of danger inside of 9 minutes. Ooh, a hard challenge. It was like Lashley. And a Sigma player still on ground. Lashley, he's got his left hand bandaged up. So obviously not going to affect his play. We'll see who the victim of that challenge was in just a moment here when I get a number when he turns around. Alzir. Savannathan. That's Achuthan, excuse me. So it looked like Delasio, the victim of that challenge, who's still walking around, a little ginger after that good long ball. And it was there for Ali Alzir. He stopped his run. I think he was anticipating the defender, Sean Siegelwachs, was going to get ahead on it, and he stopped his run. Don't do that. Keep the run going. Football 101, lads. So big-time matchup here in Men's League One. Siegel Walks, born in Israel, raised in Thornhill, 22-year-old. Another U of T guy. Played pro in Portugal. Lashley goes to the ground too easy. A foul, but not a terribly exciting one. Well, Siegel Walks. Mentioned during the women's game, the Alliance League 2 squad with an 11-0 win in League 2 men's play over Unionville. So it looks like there's some talent deep in the pipeline for Alliance when their League 2 squad is thumping other clubs, and a good club in Unionville, 11-0. I haven't seen the highlights of it. I don't know if I want to. Also, that's kind of ruthless. Once it gets to about 7 and they're not taking the foot off the gas, man, you got to feel for the Unionville lads. Lashley. And, the ball got through. Speaking of not giving up on your run, Savannah Than just did that right there as the ball got through the 17-year-old Guadiro. Bontis has been steady inside the opening 12 minutes. Siegel Walks, pressuring. Yet to get the striker, Dusan Kovacevic involved, the McMaster star. We know he can fill the net up with ease. There's Elzier. Cuts in to Gafur. Gafur, he's down at the University of Akron. A zip. Got the chance to go down to that campus a couple of years ago. My son went to a soccer camp there, about 5 years ago. Beautiful facilities. I mean, the city of Akron, you definitely can't call the city beautiful, but the facilities at the university campus, top notch. Obviously, the men's Akron club, former national champs. One of the best programs in the NCAA over the past couple of years. And here comes Alzier. Clever little touch, but then dealt with. Man coming hard. Ife Adenuga. Long ball, but skates on that slippery turf all the way out of bounds. And Media Susi, the big defender, watches it roll away. Bernstiegel, former League One All-Star in 2018 and 19. Probably, I'm guessing he's the most senior player in League One. I haven't done all the games yet. I've only done a couple, but I don't know. Is anyone older than 34 in the league? He's catching up to me, this guy. Gives me hope. Maybe I can still play in this league. Good switch over. Alzier, lovely first touch, but Siegel Walks. And then Alzier, Siegel Walks. Almost got undressed, but then saves it at the end. Good chip up. Kovacevic. They got to get him involved. He's been sitting a little high. I'd like to see Dusan come back a little bit, get a bit more involved, because I don't think he's had a touch of the ball just yet. Sigma back the other way, and again, too far for Amir Shirazi. Well, don't forget, click subscribe, that red button on the YouTube channel. Stay up to date, all things League One. Of course, drop them a follow on their Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, whatever your preferred social media method is. For the League Ones, their IG is great, their Instagram. Twitter is more of the just kind of posting the game clock highlights, what happened each day. I'd like to see them post some more highlights all throughout the week. I'm available for video editing hire. If anyone's out there listening. It was Gordon Cruz, pushed it up. Gafur in the middle. Now tried to go back right, but he had Alzier wide open down the left. Didn't want him. Alliance on the attack. Schifano. Have a go. And he does. It comes right back to him. And Sigma settles. Alliance. Savannathan went to his left foot, flicked away. Toby Richardson. First time we said his name this evening. 18-year-old from Ottawa, another U of T guy. Poked ahead. Here comes Alliance. Savannathan on his left foot. And Bontis keeps that in. Would have been a corner because it deflected off one of the Sigma defenders. Inside of 16 minutes, no score. No real danger on goal just yet for either squad. Although Alliance has looked a bit more likely inside of 16 minutes. Guardiro. Emery Welshman, he's dipped back playing. Again, he's not getting service up top, so he's come back and wants to get involved. Welshman, the 32-year-old from Mississauga. Storied career for the Siena Saints in the NCAA before he transferred over to Oregon State. 32 goals in his NCAA career. Outstanding. Jacob Corden-Cruz. No relation to James Corden. If he was, we'd have him singing karaoke. And here comes Sigma. And tripped up, easy foul call about 20 yards out. And so now Sigma is going to have a great opportunity here to get one on goal. We'll see who lines up over top. Easy foul call for the ref. Surprised he kept the card in his pocket. Andreas Dalasio, the 22-year-old from Milton, plays his university ball at Southern Illinois Edwardsville. Just wrapped up his 5th season. 79 games played throughout his NCAA career. Have a go on net. Don't swing this to a head. Test the keeper. He's had one shot on goal. Ball slipped out of his hands. I know he's ton of experience playing pro, but let's test him. Dalasio. And right into the wall. And poked away, and it's Alliance ball. If you're just joining us, mention Alliance, huge win last week, 3-1 over Simcoe. Goal 1 minute in. Got things going. And then that screamer, Kingsley Balele, saw all over social media. I don't know if I'm good as those commentators, though, that made that call, but I'm trying. I'm still out here. So they were taking some heat on social. Schifano, wide open. Cuts inside, but Simon Guardiro back on defense. Mediasusi. And 23-year-old. Mentioned just wrapped up his first season with the Varsity Blues. U of T, beautiful stadium down at Varsity. They go short this time, back to Asusi. I'm never a fan of this. I'm old school. Every corner, swing it in. This stuff, more often than not, doesn't work out. Schifano, left foot, and nowhere near the net. You got some big boys on Alliance. You know, Asusi, the big man, he should be in the middle, not taking him. Someone get a head on it. Unless, you know, you've got a Liverpool or an Arsenal jersey on, these whole, you know, corner set pieces, I've never seen any of them work. Just get it old school, swing it in, someone get a head on it, hope for a ricochet. Guardiro. flicked ahead. Alzier. Oh, just splendid touch there. Gets by the defender with ease. Couldn't connect with Cadell Thomas. Haven't said his much yet. He's got to get more involved. Kovacevic. Schiaffano. He's been lively. Ball in. Bontis had to come get it. And a challenge from Achuthan Savanathan. No card there. He certainly had a right to go up and make a play on it. But Bontis settles. Bontis has been the busier of the two keepers inside of 20 minutes so far. Rain just lightly coming down here in Scarborough. Oh, stop. No foul. He just dropped. He sold that one. Ref kind of behind him. Didn't really see it well, but Faisal Ghaffur sold it. Wins a free kick. He had 3 orange jerseys around him. Knew he was going nowhere, so he just dropped to ground. And Sigma still has it. Delasio over on that far side. So all my game notes are completely soaked. You know, when I do those CPL games, we do them in the studio in Mississauga, so I don't get to deal with any of the elements. And then when I do my basketball, I'm in a gym. So I don't mind the rain, just wish we had a cover over top of us. Because we got electrical equipment here and my game notes so I can tell you who these players are. Evan Dick pushed that out of bounds. I don't think any player more than Guardiro has had a touch of the ball so far in this game. It's left back for Sigma. Sigma, of course, where Kyle Laren came through, Team Canada star. Of course, Kyle playing over with Mallorca in La Liga. One of the focal pieces of our men's World Cup run. Alzier has got seagull walks all over him. Good build-up. Here's Thomas. Swung in. It's dangerous. And Asusi away with his head. Savanathan with Delasio in chase. You know, I was at home getting dressed, and I was like, one pair of socks will be enough. Now, Friesen should have went 2 pairs of socks. Rookie move. You know, I'm born and raised in Scarborough, so this is an honor. Getting to call League One games here in my hometown. Cue the Bruce Springsteen. Alzier to his left foot. It's a good battle between him and Seagull Walks in the opening moments, and it's in the middle. Ken Welshman and Bernstiegel. Big right foot punted that away. So the first real opportunity of the evening for Sigma. And Bernstiegel up for the challenge. Emery Welshman. You know, like that, didn't really think too much of it. Just get anything on it. Just kind of toe punted it. Tried to catch the keeper asleep, but got his right foot on it. And we're still scoreless inside of 25 minutes. Guardiro. They're giving him the space. Take it. There's Welshman. Long ball, but really to nobody. Not a fan of that one. You had a couple other blue jerseys near you. And this adventurous switch, but still at the feet. of Sigma FC. And no, it's out of bounds, yeah. A little too casual from Elzier. Elzier played in the Spanish 4th Division. He's a well-traveled player. Ton of League One experience, as well as Woodbridge 2017-18. And Aurora 2018-19. Here comes Alliance. Savannathan. Welshman. Gafour to Elzier. Got to overlap now. Adanuga. Delacio. And too much on that ball, but it is kept in. Barely, no, and then dispossessed. Pablo Hempelman Perez over the other side. Here comes Schifano. He's got to hold it up, wait for more. Kovacevic. Good switch to Savannathan. Savannathan was looking for Hempelman Perez, who was up in the attack. And out of bounds. Of course, don't forget, drop a follow on the League One Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and subscribe to the League One YouTube channel. It's always good to get those subscription numbers up. So once you get over 1,000 subscribers, you can start to monetize your YouTube channel. And then there's different levels following that. Schiaffano, Bontis out for it and then slips up. So no quick counter. You'll have to hold things up. Guardiro. Scoreless 28 minutes in. Sigma winless on the season. They need this one big time now. Keep in mind now just because you're Sigma FC, this is not like years past where, you know, you're going to keep that League One license. There's relegation. So if you don't win football games, guess what? You're going down. So they can't just sit and rest on that name on the back of the jersey, that Sigma FC, like they can in years past and say, oh, well, if you have a down year, is what it is. No. If you have a down year, you go down. And then the lower divisions, you have a good year, you come up. I love that. One of the new additions to the League One system, promotion and relegation. At all the levels going up. Of course, League One Cup action mixed in between. The more football, the better. Savannathan swung in. Kovacevic and Bontis. Kovacevic didn't get enough on it, and Bontis backpedaling. It was dangerous, but especially in this slick weather. And ball right to the commentator's foot. Flicked it to Siegelwax there. I got a nice touch still. Lashley. Dangerous ball in, and it's flicked right onto Bontis. So Alliance looks up for it inside of 30 minutes. Paul Ekwame stole that. Leaves it for Near on Savannathan. Dusan starting to get a bit more involved. I know he can put the ball in the net because he scored 4 on my son in the 2021 opener, my son's first ever OUA game. Imagine he's a goalie. He plays League 2 at Masters this year. But first game, Dusan scored 4 against him back in, August of 2021 in an absolute monsoon. My son's gotten a little better since then. But he just turned, he wasn't even 18 yet. He was 17 at the time. going up against an experienced striker like Dusan Kovacevic. I think he scored 7 in the entire weekend. 4 the first day, 3 the next. Shout out to the Algoma Thunderbirds program. Hey, they got a heck of a lot better this season. A lot more competitive in those games. And I think next season should be the turning point for the Algoma Thunderbirds. Here's Susi. Susi swung in. Savanathan nods it back, but Bontis, we've said his name quite a bit, so when you're saying the keeper's name that much, Alliance certainly looks likely here in this first half. Welshman, and he's all over the back of, looks like Hempelman Perez over the other side. Or so that's Cadell Thomas all over him. I brought binoculars, but I wish they have the floodlights on. It's so dark. These gray clouds. Look for a better viewing experience at home, but alas, so far, so good in this game. Goals definitely coming. You get a sense. Susi. Adanuga. Have a go. Ifi Adanuga has a shot on goal. And then Lucas Berstiegel pushes that away, slides on his right hip, coming up a little ginger. That one's going to sting for the keeper, but a big save by Berstiegel. What a run by Ifi Adanuga. Just took the ball inside his own half, nobody around him. So the big man says, let's go, and then has a shot from distance, skipped. And Berstiegel with a lovely save. But a corner now. Alzir will take it. Short. And again, these set-piece corners that, much ado about nothing. Siegel walks, nodded up to Schiaffano. Andrea. He's been lively. Andrea from Palermo, Italy. Art history major at the University of Toronto. Perhaps I'll be the screaming man if he can get a goal here this evening. Just throwing some art knowledge in there. A substitution already. So who's coming off? Yeah. Is it Schiaffano already? He's been outstanding. And coming in is Michael Maslanka, 18-year-old Mississauga native. First year U of T just finished up. 13 games played with 11 starts. Maslanka. So I don't know if that's an injury because Schiaffano's a little ginger walking over there. Maybe he called for it, but he's been so good. In the opening 34 minutes, either way, Maslanka in. Made the U Sports all-rookie team, so you see the depth of this Alliance squad. And poked away. It's going to be a goal kick, yeah. Bontis. Adanuga. Guadiro. Mitch, I'm over on the other side of the field. We're not near that scores table nor the benches, so it's a hard time getting information of, why guys are getting changed or who's getting changed. So we're just kind of making do. I have no producers in my ear, like when I've called Canadian Premier League games telling me what's good. Just me and a microphone and a couple pieces of paper with my game notes. There's a rap record or a country song somewhere in there. Guardiro. He's got space. Over to Alzier. He's got two Alliance defenders all over him. And Sigma resets. There's Toronto FC off to a good start in 2024 compared to years past under John Herdman. CPL season in full swing. Checked out a couple games so far. I'm a USL. I love USL soccer, partly because it's free on YouTube. And here comes Sigma. Thomas. Well, I said it last week in the broadcast. I'm watching an obscene amount of USL. Love it. Savannathan. Alliance on the attack. He's got help with him. Savannathan has a strike from distance. Ooh. Pace on it, but easily 5 yards over the bar, and Bontis watches it sail. I like that, though. Have a crack from distance. Too many, at all, whether it's OPDL, OUA, you see these guys and the girls trying to walk the ball inside that 18-yard box. Someone have a go. So Savannathan does just that. Achuthan started off first 4 years, University of Guelph, 2014 to 18, before transferred over to the University of Toronto for his 5th year. He's got a Master's of Biomedical Engineering, which means he's book smarter than you and I. I don't know about the street smart. Well, I don't know him enough yet. Well, I can tell you over the past couple of years, educated and common sense have never been further apart on the scale than over the past 4 years. Adanuga. Ooh. Was looking for Alzier, but Kovacevic got in the way of it. Good hustle. Alzier. Ooh, Alzier almost, and Asusi. Adanuga slips. Poked ahead, Welshman. Thomas, he's got help down the right side. Evan Dick with him. Here comes Simcoe inside the 18. And then cleared away. Looks like Toby Richardson back there. Richardson had a development contract with York United in the CPL. Savannathan. Kovacevic on his horse. Can he poke it in? And he does. Oh, what a save by Dino Bontis. Dusan Kovacevic just undressed the Sigma defender, and you thought surely, but Dino Bontis comes out, makes himself big, and a massive save inside of 39 minutes. It should be 1-0. What a save, Dino Bontis. But a corner for Alliance. We'll try again. The more traditional corner, and right at Bontis, the keeper. And someone's down. Well, it might be Welshman. It looks like I didn't see what happened. Well, he's not happy about it, I can tell you that. No, who is it? It's not Welshman because he's up near the center. I'm shielded by the other Sigma player to see who it is. He's going to go, ooh, he's dissent here. The ref not happy. Get him out of there. That's one thing I can't stand in football, getting cards for dissent. At this level, if you're going to get a card, you want to make sure it's on a hard challenge on one of the other team's best players, not on complaining to a referee. Wisely, it took the 17-year-old Guardiro to get him out of there. So it looks like Faisal Ghafour in there. The Akron Zip, it is, yeah. Scoreless inside of 41 minutes as we approach half. Alliance certainly been the better team for the most part, but Sigma has had opportunities. Good long strike from Adenuga that Bernstiegel needed to be big. And then Emery Welshman had a little poke, and again, big right foot from Bernstiegel with that save. And Evan Dick. Dick right now currently a doctorate of chiropractic student at the Canadian Memorial Chiropractic College. Yeah, I wrote that down. Long ball up for Welshman. Can he settle it? No, and it just runs out of bounds. Just a slick ball. Couldn't settle on his foot. He tried. Good effort and a good long ball. They got to try to get Welshman involved. And this guy's named the league. Can feel it up. 30 appearances for Forge between 2021 and 22. We had a wonderful match during the week with Forge with the school day match, the Canadian Championship game. Love seeing that. What was it, about 14, 15,000 in attendance? They need more of it. Get the kids involved. They're all involved. Great atmosphere, screaming in the background. And here comes Alliance, the substitute, Maslanka. Savanathan, and then Alzier back playing defense. Equime. When high up in the air, Asusi to Cadell Thomas. Sigma on the attack. He's got Welshman on the right side. And he was looking back for Thomas. And then Lashley, so smooth in that defense. Kovacevic. I mean, darkness setting in. It's just approaching 7 p.m. local time. They got to get these lights on. I don't know if they're on a timer or what, but someone's got to have a key to get these floodlights on. Lashley. You got a switch on. Siegel walks down the right side. He's got space. Take it. Savanathan swung in. It's dangerous. And Bontis. You know, every ball swung in is going to be dangerous with this slick ball. Make the keepers work for it. No real injuries of note, so I can't see anything more than a minute of added time as we approach half. Scoreless here at Centennial College in Scarborough. We had an exciting women's game prior to this. Alliance Women, Guelph United. Here's Alzier. Sigma on the attack. Poked in. Thomas, have a go first time. He doesn't. Over on the right side, the shot. And what a save, Bernstiegel again. That was Amir Shirazi. And the Canada Geese flying right over top of me. You can hear them in the background. And out of bounds, it's still going to be a Sigma corner. So Bernstiegel, 3 big saves in the opening half. Amir Shirazi, decent chance on goal. 2022 OUA champ with McMaster. And Lashley jumps and stops it. They're barely giving him 10 yards. They want to force. That's the way there's no short set pieces. They're going to have to swing it in. Trickles around. Evan Dick went for glory on that attempt, and it wasn't pretty. Rolls out of bounds. So we're approaching half right now, 45-minute mark. No sign yet from the scores table. How much additional time? And again, I can't see anything more than a minute. We had no real injuries, and maybe the ball rolling, behind the net was about the only real stoppages in time. Bernd Stiegel. Long goal kick. Ooh. One minute, exactly. I'm pretty good at this. 1 minute of added time. Sigma. I think if you're Sigma, you'll be all right with going a half level. If you're Alliance, maybe a little disappointment that Kovacevic couldn't convert on that breakaway. Bontis, big time. Welshman, can they score before half? And bodies flying everywhere. It's still possible. And then Equime off the goal line. Oh my goodness. I mean, it wasn't pretty football. The ball was just tic-tacking around everywhere, but nobody could poke it in. We're still scoreless, so this likely last kick before half. If you're Sigma, get a push. Why not? Because I don't think the Lions can have the time to get up the field. Swung in, and it's too far. Skates away, and that should do it. And on cue, the referee blows his whistle, and we'll go to half level. Alliance nil, Sigma FC nil. I'm Chris McKee. Appreciate you guys tuning in. We'll take a 10-minute break, and we'll see you back for the start of the second half. I'm going to run inside, try to get dry for a little bit.
can you do about that? You don't come down to the reality. That's the reality.
All right. Get in on that. Look at my notes. Are we live? Yeah? Yeah. Well, welcome back for the start of the second half here from Centennial College in Scarborough, Ontario. Men's League One action. Alliance, the home squad, in the orange jerseys. Sigma, the visitors from Mississauga. Blue jerseys, white trim, black shorts. I'm Chris McKee. So a scoreless first half. A couple great chances. Dusan Kovacevic, had that breakaway, couldn't poke it past the keeper. Dino Bontis was stellar in the first half. And then Lucas Bernstingle, 3 big saves with Emery Welshman with a crack, the long-range shot from Ife Adenuga. And then as well, Amir Shirazi had a decent go at it as well. And all 3 times came up big. But certainly Alliance, I would say, the better team in the first half. Not a huge gap, not a huge disparity. And obviously the score tells that. But they certainly looked a bit more up for it. With Sigma, just a few sparse opportunities. No substitutions I'm aware of just yet. Looks like both squads as you were. Well, when the broadcast starts, I'll have to figure that out. But appreciate you guys tuning in. Of course, click that red button, subscribe, stay up to date on all things League One. So back to it. Emery Welshman will kick off, former MLS man with Real Salt Lake. Just played pro all over, USL, CPL with Forge, and plenty more. Here we go. Hempelman Perez in front of me fighting with Goodell Thomas, and Kovacevic switches it to Savannathan. Lashley up in the attack and too far for Savannathan down the right side. So local temperature is about 11 right now outside. The rain has stopped temporarily, but I just looked at the weather app and it's expected to come down a little harder as we inch towards 8 p.m. And so a certain little chilly, rainy afternoon and a foul on the other side. Looks like Seagull walks. And I believe that's Ali Alzir on the ground, the recipient of that challenge. Asusi with Welshman on his back. Bernstiegel. Ooh. Dangerous pass. He had Thomas all over him. Left his defender out to dry. Toby Richardson just got rid of that. Alzir trying to duck and dive his way in, but Lashley says no. Savannathan. It's near in Savannathan. What a sliding challenge. Was that Delasio? Evan Dick on that sliding challenge. Hold on. Something's gone on. It looks like he wants to have a word with the Sigma bench, is it? Or Lashley? No. So Jaden Lashley, guess he didn't like something that I was watching the ball, so I didn't see. So a yellow card issued to Alzir for something that happened behind the play. So Ali Alzir in the book. He's saying, no, he just tripped off my foot. I guess the ref believed it was intentional. Based on Jaden Lashley's response, most guys kind of know when it's intentional or just insignificant contact, but it should be a Lions ball. Yeah, here we go. Near in Savannathan. Toby Richardson. Toby mentioned had that development contract with York United. University of Toronto player now. Played club ball for West Ottawa growing up. Savannathan swung in, and he was looking for his brother, Achuthan, on the other side, but too much. Bontis, the goal kick. Long ball up for Thomas. Shirazi is dispossessed. Savannathan. Achuthan pushes it wide. Thought he was going to have a go. It's still going to be Alliance ball. So if you missed the first half, talk about Sigma winless on the season, 0-2. Lost 3-1 to Burlington. And then 2-0 to Scrosapi. And then Alliance 1-1, or 1-win, 1 draw, excuse me. 3-1 win versus Simcoe last week and a 2-2 draw with Pro Stars the week before. So you never bet against the desperate team. Sigma certainly the more desperate squad this evening. And desperate needed some points. Toby Richardson on the ground. It looks like he's just getting something done on his arm. Not quite sure. I think he's cut. And so the physio out there trying to just bandage him up so he doesn't have to come out. It's one of those, guys clawing and scratching at each other. Things can happen. It's an uncomfortable chili because it's that wet and then the cold is settling in. You could see it with the players even when they came out from half. It's bothersome until, take another 5-10 minutes for them to get really warmed up again. And you don't really notice it. So Richardson, 10-2. Talk about playing when he played at West Ottawa. My son played OPDL up there years ago, and he was a goalie. And the West Ottawa field is a big space, and a massive coyote ends up creeping out from the bushes and is probably 15 yards behind the net. And my son was like giving me this nod, look behind the net, and I was like, yeah, it's a dog. And then he's like, no, go look closer. So I walked a little closer to it with my camera. A massive coyote. So someone must have called the cops because OPP showed up with a gun drawn, waiting to see if this coyote gets any closer to the field, we're going to shoot it. Thankfully, for everyone involved, even the coyote, it was a big one, big coyote. I live near the Petticoat Conservation Area. I see coyotes all the time, so very familiar with them. And it was a big boy. That would have been horrifying for the kids, though, because this is probably about U14 OPDL playing against West Ottawa. Here we go, Alliance on the attack. Dangerous ball. Looking for Hempelman, Perez, and Asusi back. Savannathan, Niran, Equime, Lashley wins the no. 50-50 ball, but Amir Shirazi sold it. It's League One. Guys are going to have some hard challenges. There was no studs up, no nothing. Just a 50-50 ball that Shirazi came out the worst for it. Lashley's a big dude. Most guys in the league are going to come out on the bad end of a challenge against Lashley. Alas, whistle blown. I have been impressed with the officiating in League One, both on the men's and women's side the first couple of weeks I've done games. And ref, good job keeping the whistle in his pocket because Evan Dick just went to ground too easy. Evan Dick, previously with FC Berlin and Guelph United. Shirazi handball. Finally, there we go. No, that was a handball. Someone's got to stand on it. So Sigma is going to have a solid opportunity. If they get a left foot on this, they're not. Looks like it's going to be a right footer. This is one of those ones. If you get a left foot, maybe have a go on goal, but it's going to be a right-footed swinger in. Faisal Ghafour. He does have Cadell Thomas there on his left. Ghafour. Sigma with an opportunity here. Dangerous in, and then flicked away by Savanathan. It settles for Alzir, punts it back in, and then cleared away Toby Richardson. So Richardson's got that left forearm bandaged up. Looks like it was a cut. And quickly attended to. 54 minutes in, scoreless. Men's League One action. Savanathan. And a foul called against Ghafour. Taken quickly by Alliance. Switch out to the right side. Savanathan dancing. And Simon Guardiro got in the way of it. The 17-year-old has been solid all evening. So impressed with him. Cool, just comfortable on the ball. Got a Guelph, Ontario. It's that development deal with Forge. Alliance with a corner. It's in. And then flicked away by Alzir. Poked back in, and then Bontis again. Sigma, and then Bontis miscommunication with Welshman, threw it behind it, out of bounds. You know, one thing I didn't like there, Bontis gets that. Not a lot of guys in blue sprinting for that counter. So we're going to see a substitution for the first time. So Lashley, that's a surprising change. Lashley off, but Nikola Stakic, number 4, comes into the game. 26-year-old. Been a part of Toronto FC 2. He's been with Alliance since 2018, but well-traveled. Surprised not to see him start. He wasn't in the lineup last week. Well, now, just in it now. Maslanka, the other substitute. Sigma. And a great switch up to Hempelman Perez. And he's got help with him. Pablo has a go, puts his head down, and it's an absolute screamer that just missed. Pablo Hempelman Perez. That would have been one for the ages, but it just floats wide of the keeper, but I'm okay with that. He was, probably about 28, 29 yards out. Just put his head down. He had help with him, but he was like, no, I'm having a go at this. And I'm all for it. Shoot the ball, good things happen. Guardiro. Long ball up to nobody. You'd like to see a bit more build-up from Sigma instead of the old kick and chase. Too many skilled footballers for that on the field for Sigma. Kovacevic in chase, but good touch. Richardson, Equime. Some big dudes on Alliance's back line when you get a look up close. Well, Richardson's got to go about 6'3", 6'4". Susi, same thing. Easy 6'3", 6'4", maybe. Big boys. 58 minutes in, scoreless. Bontis. Again, Sigma, no build-up, just the long ball up. Bernsteingle away. The temperature dropping by the minute here in the east end of Scarborough. Of course, home of Mike Myers and Chris McKee, me as well. I think Mike Myers got a few more bucks than me, though, in the bank account. Ooh, hard shot. Ooh, it's going to be a card. It's only yellow. And Equime, I mean, you could have made an argument. That could have been something worse. It was studs up right into the shins of Evan Dick. Right away, he was like, hey. So he's feeling that. And Dick's one of those guys that doesn't really wear too much of a shin pad. So you can see that one. He's going to feel that one tonight. But a professional challenge there from Equime, you know, right just inside the half, nowhere around goal. If you want to have a crack at someone, change the temperature of the game, it's a good place to do it. Long ball up. Welshman. But Richardson says no. Sigma throw in. They've switched. It was supposed to be a Sigma ball, and then they went Alliance. Sigma bench. Head coach John Zervos not happy about it. Where's Ilya Orlov, the gaffer in charge of Alliance, as well as the University of Toronto. And Zervos still yapping, and now he's going to get a yellow. I never understood the yellow for a manager. It's either a red or nothing. It's either get out of here or the yellow. So what? I'm not playing. Richardson, long ball up. Maslanka, but then Bontis scoops it up. 61 minutes in. Full group of substitutes warming up for Alliance down under the scoreboard. Sigma just has 2 players up, warming up. Thomas to Shirazi. And too much over the far side. Maslanka. He's got reinforcements coming with him down the left side. Hempelman Perez. And then Adanuga, calm as you like, clears it away. Long ball up for Welshman out of bounds. And just, you know, Sigma just hoofing it up the pitch. No build-up. I don't understand what they've been doing over the past couple of minutes. You got too many good players to just be hoofing it up the pitch each time. Savanathan. And Maslanka, oh, that's got to be a yellow. Over the back, he knew exactly what he was doing. It's got to be a yellow. He's telling him to chill out. That was right in front of me. He knew exactly what he was doing. Yeah, I'm with Evan Dick. I won't tell you how he pleaded for the yellow, but I certainly am in agreement. So Maslanka gets away with one right in front of me. There's not a play I'm going to have a better look at all evening than that one. Gafour. You know, I don't understand that either. You can swing it in, try to create something happen, but you kick it back to your defender. Hempelman Perez. Equime. To Achithan, Savanathan on the right. good battle, and it's going to be a goal kick. So both teams playing some sloppy football. We're in the second half. You need that one goal to change things. Or someone's going to have a really hard challenge. Maslanka just got away with one. Bontis. He's got Delacio. And the ball just skated past him. No, poked out of bounds, sorry, by Maslanka. So we got some substitutions coming.
Alliance United substitution in the 64th minute. Exiting the match, number 8, Mehdi Asusi.
So Asusi coming out. Sorry, that's not. It was number 6. It's Equime that's exited the game. And we'll see who's coming in one moment. Look, it was Kingsley Balele, number 14's just come in. So Balele scored that ripper last week. It was all over social media. Balele, Scarborough native, so in his hometown. 22-year-old from the University of Toronto. Went to Neil McNeil High School, Victoria Park and Kingston Road. That's where I went to high school. So McNeil boys are we. Of course, the home of John Candy, the famous Canadian actor. Larry Gowan, the singer, as well, and about 50 dudes who play in the NHL, all out of Neil McNeil. Alzair down the left side. Cuts into his right, swung in, but Asusi cleared away. Even the in-house announcer said Asusi. But I was like, they can't take him. So it looks like Alliance wants to go for it. Defender out, attacker in. They're not content with a point. They want 3. Equime not happy with the decision. Walked past right in front of me. A little frustrated look on his face. And played really well. But if you're going to go for it, go for it. I don't like people who played scared football, so play for ties. Especially this early in the season. You know, as once the standings settle and you're like, hey, we're okay with a point because we can maintain first or second, I'm okay with that. But early in the season, go get the 3 points. Welshman. Welshman back for it, looks up, thought about a shot, maybe he will now. And Cadell Thomas couldn't get to it. Corden Cruz settles for Sigma, and they're back on the attack. Ooh, that's got to be a yellow. He knew exactly what he was doing there as well. So the ref, you know, as long as you basically don't talk to the ref, you can do whatever you want. So another substitution. So we'll see who's going to. So Cadell Thomas out of the game. And we'll see who's come in. Looks like Damian Kay. It is 22. Is it? It was 23. Kanan Hodzik. Shot on goal. And Bontis there. It's an offside anyways. It was Kanan Hodzik into the game. 23. Let's check the app to make sure that. No, Damian Kay is wearing 23 today. All right. They switched it up on me. So Damian Kay into the game wearing 23. Alzair down the left side. Steps over, has a crack, and Bernsingle again. Another big-time save. So Damian Kay, and 23-year-old from Mississauga, has played with Humber College. 2022 national champ and a 2-time OCAA champ. Sigma on a corner. 68 minute. And should be another corner for Sigma as Hempelman Perez knocked it out of bounds. Ali Al-Zaire. So Sigma. It seemed like a lot of urgency out of the boys in blue. Gafour will take this corner. In, looks good. Richardson got ahead on a K, flicks it in, and then cleared away. Balele. Good battle. Savannathan out-muscles the Sigma defender. Savannathan, and then what a slide challenge. Evan Dick just bailed out Gafour, who lost the challenge. You know, that was a shoulder to shoulder. No foul should have been called, and good job by the ref to keep the whistle away. Niran Savannathan with the throw in. And away we go. Asusi. And should TFC 2, man, 24 games played in USL 2. And this one's going to be for descent. Again, all these hard challenges. And now that looked like Guadiro, I believe, the left back who got that for tossing the ball. So you can kick whoever you like, just no dissent. And that's when the yellows are coming out. That's ball rolls out of bounds. Yeah, that was to Simon Guadiro, the yellow. A chilly Saturday evening in the east end of Scarborough, here at Centennial College. Week 3, men's League One action. Sigma winless on the season, pointless on the season, 2 losses. So, you know, they'll be okay with a draw just to get off the schneid. But Alliance, 1 win, 1 draw. Want to move up that table. Big shocker win over Simcoe last week. Simcoe in trouble in the early going. You know, I called their game a couple weeks ago against Vaughan, and they needed a 96th minute injury time goal. It's Balele. You can see he's got some pace. .72 minutes in and a corner for Alliance. Alliance, the League One club of Markham Football Club. Play up at Mountjoy. Dangerous ball in. Knotted away by a Sigma defender. Hempelman Perez had eyes for goal. Savannathan does too, but left foot swinger over top of the goal. No danger for Bontis. You know, a lot of communication between the Alliance guys. They're all talking Sigma, quiet as a mouse. You don't hear the guys talking to each other. Bontis has been excellent. The one thing, I'd like him to be a bit more vocal. I like my keepers to be out there helping direct traffic. ...19 years old, so a lot of football in front of Dino. Been really impressed with what I've seen so far tonight. Sigma back to Corden Cruz. Corden Cruz from Oakville, 20-year-old, plays at McMaster, played all 14 games for the Marauders, second team OUA All-Star. And good defense, Sean Siegel walks. I didn't think my toes would be frozen in May, but here we are in Canada. I'm earning my money tonight, folks. And so we're going to have a free kick attempt. Looks like Alzir is fouled, and so now just outside the 18-yard box, Sigma with an opportunity here. If you're Sigma, get a bit of a push. Looks like a lot of guys in blue up there in and around that 18-yard box. This is your opportunity. Coming up on 74 minutes. Looks like Gafour over top of the ball. You want to get it off Guadiro, the big man, the defender, and it's a low kick in. No danger at all. Here comes Alliance. Good switch over. Savannathan, the two brothers got to talk more. If he left it for his brother, Achuthan got in the way of Neron. Flicked in. Dick, just get it away. And Bontis does. Savannathan can't bring it down. Gafour, nice little turn. But Hempelman Perez all over him. And just kicks it out of bounds. Frustration. He threw the ball to me. I just had to poke that away so it didn't land on the computer. Near and Savannathan in front of me. And out of bounds again, Alliance ball. Asusi, he's being pressured by Welshman. Good turn by Seagullwalks, and it's up. Maslenka now down the right side. And it should be a corner. It is, yeah. So good hustle by Maslenka down the right, pressuring the Sigma D, and he's won a corner. I haven't seen a decent corner all night. I think at this level, you'd see a couple, but maybe this time. And then flicked away by Sigma again. Alliance. And they've won another corner. The rain has stopped for the moment. Like I said, the weather app. I love how we have weathermen and weatherwomen. They can't get it right, but these apps apparently can. And so we're seeing the rain should creep back in another 10 minutes or so. Ball in. Flick down. Kovacevic. And it's in the back of the net. Dusan Kovacevic breaks the scoreless tie. Alliance up 1-0 in the 77th minute. Well, I just said we hadn't seen a decent corner all night. Normally it's the announcer's jinx. Goes the other way this time. Put a sock in the announcer's mouth. And Dusan Kovacevic breaks the scoreless draw. It's 1-0 Alliance. So Alliance, they took off that defender, Ekwame, put another attacker on. Balele, they wanted the 3 points. And now they've got a 1-0 lead, 78 minutes in. Kovacevic, former first-team U Sports All-Canadian and the OUA Central Player of the Year. That's that 2021 when they split up the divisions. Don't get me started on that nonsense, but somehow it's less dangerous to play in 3 divisions instead of 2, but is what it is. So Dusan had been very quiet in the second half, and then that's the dude. Dudes like that, strikers like that, lethal. Just when you think you've got them bottled up for the night, out of nowhere, Dusan Kovacevic gets the goal, and it's 1-0 Alliance. Does Sigma have any bite in them? Well, certainly the game going to open up now as we head towards the final 12 minutes. Is it a throw-in? It is, yeah. Not a corner. And just Sigma all out of sorts. Can't even execute a simple throw-in. I think maybe some changes needed for Sigma. They've got just about all the subs warming up down on that baseline. I think they need maybe a new injection of pace. Because they're looking a little flat. Belele. Kovacevic up to Maslenka. Alliance, can it be number 2? Maslenka on his right foot. And then what a challenge. What defense. Corden Cruz, slide challenge in there. And Maslenka is down hurt on that. Great challenge. Timed it perfectly. Maslenka still not getting up. Referee does not want to blow the whistle on it. Sigma also not putting this ball out of bounds. So they shouldn't. Evan Dick. Maslenka's up and jogging back into the play now. Damian K right in front of me. Long ball in. Drops 2K. And Savannathan, it's got to be a handball. Nope. Ooh, now, could have been a foul the other way. You know, unfortunate for K, he slipped, and they kicked the ball into his hand. Well, if you're Alliance, you'd be just fine with letting this clock tick. Keep in possession, just keep it away from Sigma. Still no sign of a substitute from Sigma just yet. Throw in over the other side. Good flick in. Alzier has a go, but nowhere near the goal. And Bernsteigel can just take his time and let more seconds tick away. Bernsteigel, former League One Golden Glove winner back in 2019, has been impressive when needed. He's had 3 big saves in the first half. Not too much danger here in the second half. It's been more all Alliance on the attack. Good flick up. Hempelman Perez. Adenuga. We want to see him get. I'd love to see them push Adenuga a little bit further up the field. He's playing deep, but I think he'd be good in the attack and get him up there. So 19 for 9. So Achithan Savannathan will leave. Quinton Chung enters the game. Chung, a 19-year-old from Toronto, University of Toronto player as well. 3 goals this past season in 14 games for the Varsity Blues. Played his youth ball for North Toronto, the Nitros, outstanding OPDL program. Some of the better players in Ontario from that club. Dick swings it in. Can it settle? And we got it. Substitution. Someone crept on that I didn't see. Zane Bruno, number 6, into the game. So Sigma did make a substitution that just crept on. Bruno out there, number 6. Bruno, 17-year-old from Brampton. Ball at his feet just that second ago. Good switch on, and it's way over. No, Dick maintains possession. He's got K with him. And unneeded foul. Quentin Shung just came on, and that's what happens. You're not acclimated to the pace of the game just yet. And an unneeded foul, and so Sigma got a chance. Another substitution. So Amir Shirazi out. Jose Masunda in. Masunda, an 18-year-old Sigma youth player. Zane Bruno over the ball. It's in. And, it was right at the feet of Simon Guardiro, but he couldn't get a touch on it. But it's still going to be Sigma ball. 85 minutes in, trailing 1-0. Dusan Kovacic, the goal scorer. Kovacevic, excuse me. And I didn't see someone was tugging on someone's jersey in there. And again, and now Bernstiegel, the keeper, is down. No one touched him. And this is, I'm guessing, just a time-wasting initiative because no one was near him. And keepers, I don't know how keepers cramp. Certainly not in this weather. He's telling them to get up. Oh, he is claiming cramp. I don't know. I'm not a fan of this nonsense. Just play football. You're clearly not cramped. It's just milking things, and I got no time for that kind of stuff. Especially, you've been the better team for most of the evening. And suddenly the cramp is gone. You want to give a yellow, there's a time for it. Dick pushes it up. And Bernstiegel will wait for Welshman to come at him. And he scoops it up. He's saying big one's coming. He wants it up the field. Long ball inside the opponent's 18-yard box. It comes to Balele. He'll take it to the corner and waste more time. And the goal kick. Well, job done for Balele. Waste a few more seconds. 87 minutes in. It's getting really chilly right now. Temperatures drop below 10. Alzier. Bruno, and they're battling for it, and he wins the free throw for Sigma. Well, it's been a good one so far. Great first half. First 15 minutes of the second half, really sloppy, but since the goal, things have really opened up as expected. Been much better football. Evan Dick, long ball in. Flicked ahead, and then Bernstiegel goes to the ground to waste more time. Long ball up again. Sometimes it's too far. You see with Jordan Pickford sometimes on Everton's keeper, he kicked the ball 70 yards. Sometimes you outkick the coverage, as they say in the NFL. You want the ball just somewhere around that circle, just a little past half so someone can get ahead on it when you're kicking it into the opponent's 18. It's too much. Evan Dick, good challenge. No, that's got to be the other way. So a foul on Quinton Shunge, even though Evan Dick right in front of me when it studs up. And that's why Quinton Chung was like, no way. Well, Alliance just sitting back, holding shape. The 1-0 lead. Sigma free throw down the left side. You got to get a push from the lads in blue. You want to see some more bodies up close. Everyone in orange back, so there's room to get up there. Savannathan. And, wide open. Here's Maslenka. He's on a breakaway. Can he make it too? Maslenka. And what a save by Bontis. Maslenka on the second try, and he slides it in. Michael Maslenka. And it's 2-0 Alliance. And surely the 3 points in their pocket now. So Bontis made the first save. Nothing he could do. And Maslenka, credit to him, he stuck with it, flicked it back. I don't know if Balele, who's sliding in, is going to try to claim that. But certainly should go to Maslenka. He did the yeoman's work. So Sigma was up pushing. Yeah, they are giving it to Maslenka. I was just listening to the in-house announcement. But Savannathan won that challenge. Great D, and then that was it. It was on Maslenka. But sometimes those breakaways are harder than they look, because more often than not, especially on this turf, you're going to lose pace with the ball at your feet or sometimes push you too far, and then the keeper comes out. But Maslenka, stellar. Missed on his first goal on the big save by Bontis. And now we're going to have a substitution. Dusan will exit the game, and we'll see who's coming in. But what a goal, Michael Maslenka. We'll see when we get this number here. 1 second. 17 in. So Vladimir Kartinen. This was a guy I tried to Google him. No research other than he's 19. Even tried chatting with the coaches. Where did he play before? I said, I don't know. He played reserve somewhere else last year. So usually a lot of info on these guys on Google, and their university, and USL, TFC, CPL, all of that. Not a lot for Carleton. Well, Sigma, more than likely, will start off the season 0-3. Alliance will move up the table with another W, 2 wins and a draw, so they're looking really good. And Sigma, it's just such a young team. So many 17, 18, 19-year-olds, which is what I believe this league should be. It's about developing those players, not so much the guys on the back end of their career. Long ball in, and Bernd Siegel. So I think Sigma's certainly doing things the right way as far as the players they're putting out there. But sometimes, the right way ain't always the right way. Chung flicked out of bounds. Of course, don't forget, drop League One a follow on their socials. Stay up to date. All the highlights on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, whatever you fancy. Hit me up on socials at Mr. McKee. I'm going to add some highlights. There's Maslenka, the goal scorer, on my Instagram, undrafted_FA. I posted a couple highlights and interviews. Got one from Justin Thomas from Simcoe last week. Scored that 96, 97-minute equalizer against Vaughan. And then as well as Matthew Medeiros from Vaughan, outstanding defender, former TFC man, as well as a couple of ladies on the League One side. Try to get another interview tonight after the game. Post that content during the week. And also check out my golf show on Saga 960, This Week in Golf. AM Saga 960. Also on Spotify, iTunes, iHeartRadio, all that good stuff for any golf fans. Well, tip of the cap to Dino Bontis. You know, I don't know if the team in front of him certainly let him down on that breakaway. He made the first big save, and then this Maslanka stuck with it. So the two conceded goals, you know, on paper won't look good, but he's been really good all night. Good battle down in the corner. Savannathan just, I mean, a picture-perfect, steady all night for Alliance. You just see the experience. Damien K. Can Sigma salvage something? Alzier. K again. Rolls out of bounds, a corner. So everyone up for Sigma. I don't know why there isn't more guys up. Evan Dick, you got to get in there, my man. At least make an effort. Swung in. It settles, and then Savannathan again on cue. And that's it. The referee blows the whistle. And Alliance, a well-deserved 3 points. Dusan Kovacevic in the second half broke the scoreless draw. And then Michael Maslanka with that late goal to seal the 3 points for Alliance. Well, appreciate y'all for tuning in. I'm Chris McKee. I don't know when we'll be back. I will not be on the call next week for any games. Hopefully some more games moving forward. Don't have the schedule beyond that. But it's been a buzz calling League One games so far. That's my fourth one. 2 men, 2 women. And hopefully there'll be plenty more.